The internet is on fire, again, late last night. Singer Jaguar Wright went live and dropped a bomb that no one saw coming. A claim so explosive it's threatening to shatter the image of two global icons. According to her, Nicki Minaj and NFL star Stefon have been hiding a secret baby, protected by powerful industry insiders who've kept the truth buried for months. Within minutes, social media erupted, hashtags like hashtag Nicki Baby Scandal, hashtag STEFO and exposed, and hashtag CARDI breakdown trended worldwide. Fans flooded timelines with theories, screenshots, and disbelief, but the real shock, Wright claims she has receipts, messages, photos, even hospital records, proof that could end careers and destroy reputations. As if that weren't enough, Cardi B's name suddenly entered the chaos. Reports say she's losing it, furious that she's being dragged into another public disaster. Insiders whisper that she hasn't stopped crying since the stream aired. And now, the question tearing through every timeline, did Jaguar Wright just expose the biggest secret in hip-hop history? Or is this the setup of the century? The internet had barely caught its breath from the last scandal before Jaguar Wright lit the match again. The singer, known for her unfiltered truth bombs, went live at midnight, her voice trembling between anger and certainty. "They think they can hide everything from you," she said, staring straight into the camera. "But I see it all. I've seen the receipts, I've heard the calls, and this time, it involves Nicki Minaj and Stefon." Within seconds, her comments exploded. Thousands flooded the chat, demanding proof, gasping at the names she had just dropped. The stream lasted barely 10 minutes, but that was all it took. The damage was done. By sunrise, the world had split in two. Those who believed Jaguar was finally exposing the truth the industry had buried, and those who called her a cloud chaser chasing chaos. But either way, everyone was watching. Twitter turned into a crime scene. People dug through Nicki's old posts, searching for anything that matched Jaguar's timeline. An Instagram photo from 6 months ago, Nicki in a loose hoodie, hand resting lightly on her stomach, suddenly became evidence. One user posted side-by-side comparisons, claiming she'd gone missing from public appearances for almost 2 months during that same period. "Do the math," they wrote. The post hit 1 million views before it was deleted. Meanwhile, Stefon was trending for all the wrong reasons again, just months after the DNA scandal that had already shattered his reputation. His name was now tangled with a new rumor, one even messier, one that could destroy more than his image. Paparazzi swarmed outside his training facility. He arrived in a black SUV, wearing shades, jaw locked tight. When a reporter shouted, "Stefon, is it true about you and Nicki?" he didn't answer, but the cameras caught what looked like his hand trembling before he closed the car door. That clip replayed everywhere, slowed down, analyzed, dissected. "That's guilt," someone wrote on X. "He knows something." But the shock didn't stop there. By mid-afternoon, Cardi B's name entered the storm. Fans noticed she posted, then instantly deleted a single tweet that read, "I'm done being quiet." Within seconds, screenshots spread like wildfire. Was she reacting to the rumor? Was she confirming something? Nobody knew, and that made it worse. Her next post came hours later, an Instagram story showing nothing but a dark room and the words, "You all don't know half of it." That was enough to send her fandom into meltdown. People flooded her DMs, demanding answers. Comment sections turned brutal. Every emoji turned into a weapon. And through it all, Jaguar kept posting cryptic hints, each one more chilling than the last. "Exhibit G drops soon," she wrote. The truth always finds a way out. Inside the industry, panic was spreading. PR teams were scrambling, lawyers whispering about defamation suits, and managers begging clients to stay offline. But silence only fueled the fire. One anonymous insider claimed that the story had roots going back over a year, to a private event where several artists were present, including Nicki and Stefon. Another claimed there were messages exchanged that couldn't be explained away. Screenshots started leaking, though none were verified. In one, a message allegedly from Nicki read, "You promised no one would find out." In another, someone identified as Stefon replied, "You said it was handled whether real or fake, it didn't matter anymore." The internet had already decided it was true. By evening, hashtag Nicki Baby Scandal had over 12 million posts. Talk shows picked it up. Podcast hosts debated whether Jaguar was exposing the truth or orchestrating a digital war. Every thumbnail on YouTube screamed the same question. Did Nicki Minaj hide a pregnancy with Stefon? Even verified journalists began tweeting unconfirmed reports just to stay in the loop. In a world where attention meant currency, everyone wanted their share. Cardi, meanwhile, had gone completely silent. According to one outlet, she'd broken down during a tea meeting, crying that she was tired of being dragged into their mess. A close friend claimed she smashed her phone after seeing her own name trending beside Nicki's. She didn't sign up for this, the friend said. She just wants peace. But the internet doesn't let anyone rest. That same night, Cardi's security team reportedly escorted paparazzi away from her home after drones were spotted hovering above her backyard. The footage leaked anyway. A blur clip showed her pacing near a pool, head in her hands. "She's losing it," one tabloid wrote, "and the world's watching every second." Jaguar's live had ended hours ago, but her words kept echoing. "I'm not done yet," she had said. "If they don't speak, I will." And just like that, a single sentence became prophecy. Because somewhere in the noise between the hashtags, the heartbreak, and the headlines, a countdown had already begun. And the world didn't even realize that Exhibit G was closer than anyone expected. The next morning, the world woke up not to news but to noise. Every timeline, every feed, every comment section pulsed with the same question. Where is Exhibit G? Rumors said Jaguar Wright had gone into hiding after receiving industry threats. Others swore she'd been silenced by a cease and desist. But at 9 a.m., her account posted again, a single image, black background. White text, "They can't stop what's already set in motion" beneath it. A timer counting down from 24 hours. No caption. No explanation. Just the ticking clock that made the internet hold its breath. Fans began dissecting every frame of her old live streams, trying to find clues about what Exhibit G could be. Some said it was a video. Others believed it was DNA proof. A few conspiracy accounts claimed it was something even darker. A set of contracts showing how celebrity relationships were engineered to sell records and keep secrets. Whatever it was, one thing was clear. The world wanted blood. And this time, it wasn't just gossip fans watching. Mainstream networks were covering it like a national crisis. Nicki Minaj stayed silent. Her last post, a makeup campaign reel, became ground zero for the storm. The comments turned savage within minutes. "Where's the baby?" One wrote, "You can't hide forever." Every emoji felt like a dagger. Her PR team reportedly disabled her comments, but screenshots of her page before the wipe spread like wildfire. Meanwhile, Stefon Diggs had gone completely dark. No practice sessions, no interviews, no posts. Reporters camped outside his gated home. One journalist swore they saw a woman's silhouette through the blinds and claimed it matched Nicki's build. It didn't matter that it was guesswork by the afternoon. Nicki spotted at Stefon's house was trending #1 worldwide. Inside their camps, the silence was suffocating. Nicki's attorney advised her to say nothing, that any statement would only feed the flames. But silence in the age of virality is gasoline. Every hour without a response made the rumor grow stronger. Meanwhile, Cardi B's emotional breakdown became a full-blown story of its own. TMZ reported she had canceled a brand shoot at the last minute, saying she was emotionally exhausted. Anonymous sources claimed she'd been seen crying in her car outside a recording studio, muttering, "I can't do this again." The photo of her wiping her face through a tinted window hit 1 million retweets in 2 hours. To the internet, pain was content and Cardi had become the main event. By nightfall, the countdown was halfway done. Jaguar's followers had doubled. YouTube commentators were live streaming reactions in real time, their faces illuminated by the flashing timer on her profile. Some treated it like a sporting event, others like a spiritual awakening. "This is bigger than gossip," one streamer declared. "This is about the truth they've been hiding from us." Double quotes. His video got clipped, turned into a meme, then reposted with dramatic music because even justice needs a soundtrack online. Behind the screens, real people were falling apart. Stefon's close friend told a reporter that he hadn't slept in 2 days, that he'd smashed a mirror and thrown his phone in the pool. "He's terrified," the friend said. Not of Jaguar, of what she might have. The quote went viral, of course. Every website used it as a headline. Nicki's team called the story fabricated, but nobody cared. The truth had stopped mattering hours ago. At exactly 11:59 p.m., just 1 minute before the countdown hit zero, Jaguar Wright went live again. Over 100,000 people joined instantly. The screen was dark, her voice low. "They told me to stay quiet," she said. "But I don't scare easy." The camera flickered, showing a blurred folder labeled Exhibit G. "This isn't about hate," she continued. "It's about the truth you were never meant to see." Then, with a click, she opened a file. What appeared next made the internet explode. A series of screenshots filled the screen, blurred documents, alleged hospital intake forms, and what looked like text messages between two people labeled NM and SD. One message read, "I can't keep this hidden forever." Another said, "We'll handle it after the tour." There were dates, timestamps, and even a picture of a bracelet tagged mother and infant. The stream lasted less than 60 seconds before it cut to black. Jaguar's account vanished seconds later, within minutes. Clips of the stream were everywhere: TikTok, X, YouTube, Discord servers, even Telegram channels. Hashtags erupted. Hashtag Exhibit G. Hashtag Nicki Baby Proof. Hashtag STEFON lied. Hashtag CARD I knew. The world had gone mad. Commentators screamed that it was fake, that the documents were doctored. Others swore it was real. No one could agree, and that made it unstoppable. Because on the internet, truth is just what spreads fastest. .am. Nicki's lawyer released a statement calling the leak a malicious fabrication. But by then, the story had already mutated. Fans claimed the hospital shown in the files matched one Nicki had visited during her pregnancy with her son. Stefon's camp refused comment, while Cardi's representative begged for privacy. Yet privacy doesn't trend. Screens kept refreshing. People demanded the unblurred version, convinced it would prove everything. The feeds pulsed with a single obsession: what's real and what's next. By dawn, the city didn't sleep. Reporters outside Nicki's home shouted questions no one answered. Stefon's driveway was flooded with flashbulbs. Cardi's mansion gates were barricaded by police. And somewhere behind 1,000 glowing screens, someone typed another message: "You've seen G. Now wait for H." By morning, the leak had turned into a wildfire that no PR team could contain. Every talk show, gossip page, and podcast opened with the same headline: Exhibit G exposes everything. Clips from Jaguar's vanished stream looped endlessly. Even though most were shaky re-uploads shut off laptop screens, everyone had an opinion, and every opinion sounded like a verdict. Nicki's team doubled security. Drones hovered above her mansion gates until a staff member stormed out waving a broom. Inside, she sat at her kitchen island scrolling through headlines that called her a liar, a mother in hiding, a fallen queen. The longer she stared, the less the words felt real. "It's not true," she whispered to the silent room. But even she wasn't sure who she was trying to convince. Her phone buzzed again, an unknown number, a text that read only, "You're not done yet. Exhibit H drops soon." Across the city, Stefon Diggs was sitting in the dark of his living room. The TV flickered with his own face from last night's footage. Reporters yelling questions he hadn't answered. His lawyer's voice echoed from the speakerphone: "We can sue for defamation." But once the public believed the story, the courts can't fix it. He shut the phone off. On the table lay printouts of the supposed hospital documents, the blurry wristband photo, the text that bore his initials. None of them looked authentic. But the world didn't care about fonts or file metadata. They just wanted a villain. Cardi B hadn't left her bedroom in 2 days. Her husband tried to coax her to eat, but she just stared at her phone, watching strangers narrate her meltdown. Every video used the same words: "Cardi is losing it." She threw the phone across the room. It landed on the carpet, buzzing with another notification. Someone had tagged her in a clip claiming she'd knew about the baby all along. That lie hurt most, not because people believed it, but because she knew she couldn't fight it. The more she defended herself, the more they twisted her words. By noon, mainstream outlets were reporting that federal agents were looking into digital tampering. A senator even mentioned the scandal during a press conference about online misinformation. But the algorithm didn't slow down. Influencers milked the chaos with thumbnails screaming, "Proof Nicki lied," full breakdown. Others posted body language analyses, zooming in on Nicki's old interviews and freezing frames of her blinking. Then came another twist, a hacker collective calling themselves The Witnesses claimed responsibility for leaking Exhibit G in a distorted voice memo. They said the file was only part of a bigger project, exposing manufactured celebrity relationships built on exploitation. Their message ended with a new countdown: 72 hours. Beneath it, the words "Exhibit H." The network panic rippled through the industry. Managers called emergency meetings. Sponsors paused campaigns. An entertainment lawyer on TV warned that careers could end if Exhibit H is real. Behind closed doors, label executives whispered about old contracts, NDA letters, and ghost payments that might surface. The scandal had evolved from gossip into potential corporate collapse. Jaguar Wright, meanwhile, had vanished from all platforms. Some said she was in protective custody. Others claimed she'd been paid off. A few believed she was never real to begin with, just a digital mask, created by someone with inside access. Conspiracy threads connected her name to everything from record labels to intelligence agencies. Screenshots of fake flight manifests and deep fake photos only made the story wilder. That night, Nicki went live for the first time since the chaos began. Her face was bare, her tone controlled but trembling. "I've been in this game a long time," she said. "People lie. They build stories out of thin air. But there's a line and they crossed it." She denied everything, called Exhibit G a fabricated nightmare, and begged her fans to stop sending hate to anyone involved. For a moment, the comments softened. But then, midstream, thousands of viewers began typing the same phrase: "Check your demons, Exhibit H just leaked." The screen froze. Her eyes widened. The live abruptly ended. Within minutes, a new link circulated, a short clip uploaded anonymously. showing a wall of folders labeled with celebrity initials. A muffled voice whispered, "They all signed the deal." The clip lasted 10 seconds before deletion. But it was enough? Hashtag exhibit was trending worldwide in under an hour. At 3 a.m., Stefon's phone buzzed again. Same unknown number. This time, the message read, "You think you're the victim? Wait till they see who funded it." He stared at the text until the screen dimmed. Somewhere outside, a helicopter hovered, its light sweeping across his window like a moving spotlight. No one slept that night. The city throbbed with rumors. The world refreshed its feeds like addicts waiting for the next dose of chaos. And as dawn broke, every anchor and every influencer repeated the same haunting line, "The witnesses promise exhibit H at midnight." So now the world waits again. Every screen, every feed, every heartbeat is synced to a countdown no one can escape. The moment when Exhibit H finally drops, people are refreshing timelines like gamblers pulling levers, hoping for one more twist, one more truth, one more lie that feels real enough to believe. The lines between victim and villain are gone. Everyone's just a character in someone else's story now. Stefon's silence, Nicki's tears, Cardi's exhaustion, none of it matters anymore. The internet doesn't want closure. It wants a sequel. Every conspiracy channel, every gossip page, every reaction streamer is already uploading thumbnails that scream final proof, before the proof even exists. And somewhere behind all the noise, the witnesses are watching, the mysterious voices who turn celebrity pain into a digital religion. Maybe they'll vanish after Exhibit H, maybe they'll drop Exhibit I. Or maybe this was never about Nicki, Stefon, or Cardi at all. Maybe it's about us, the ones feeding the machine with clicks and comments. Because the truth doesn't trend, chaos does. So what do you believe? Was Jaguar Wright exposing corruption? Or playing a role in something far bigger? Is this the fall of an empire, or just another episode in the endless stream? Tell us in the comments. Was Exhibit G real? Will Exhibit H destroy everything? Hit that like button if you're still following the storm, share this video before it disappears, and make sure you subscribe because when the next file drops, we'll be right here breaking it down, frame by frame, truth by truth, lie by lie. The story isn't over. It's just loading. The story isn't over. It's just loading.